Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode on this channel. Today we got another Mizkif update. Apparently he finally got what he deserves according to Sensitive Society, or Oscar I believe is his actual name. Yeah man, as always, the GOAT in this video, the first link in the description will be a link to his video. Drop him a like, drop him a sub and a comment. Yeah, also if you're new here, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, you know what I mean, leave a comment with whatever you want as long as you're not a dickhead. Yeah man, with that being said, let's just get straight into it and see what this situation is all about.
And I'm just so tired of it, man. Like, in game I just get harassed all day, and it's just really hard for me to sit here and enjoy it.
Damn.
Like, I literally have this one schizo who just makes accounts and non-stop spams me.
Boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
Yo, what is going on, game?
I mean, listen, bro. I already said Mizkif deserves his downfall, right? Honestly, and you know, ignoring even the fucking Emery situation, he still deserves his downfall. He's always been a dickhead. He's always been a piece of shit. So nobody can feel bad for him.
Gamers, so it's been a minute since I talked about the one, the only, the iconic Mizkif. It's been what, a
bro,
week?
what the fuck was that picture, bro? Holy shit. Oh yeah,
talked about the one, the only, the iconic Mizkif.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's been what, a week, 2 weeks-ish since the last time we talked about him. And what the streets are saying is that he doesn't like the new nickname he's been given, despite the fact that he loves to give all of his ops nicknames that rhyme with grapist. It's all fun and games until it happens to you. In this situation, Mizkif is crashing out. He's not having it. He hates the fact that people call him this new nickname, which I'm just gonna say it for educational purposes so people know the nickname. Mizkif's new nickname that he hates, and once again, I'm just reading this in case Mizkif plans to sue me because he loves to sue anyone that dares to disagree with the almighty Mizkif. So the streets are calling him, and I quote, if.
Whoa, that is fucked up, bro.
Now the thing with Mizkif is that he's going around giving all of his ops nicknames. Like I said, Tone. Well, if you do the same to Mr. Mizkif, he doesn't like that. So YouTube lawyer Legal Mindset recently made this video talking about Mizkif.
Yikes.
And
wait, whoa, hold on, I just realized, what the fuck, I just realized. Yo, Legal Mindset used that fucking thumbnail? Oh my god, based as fuck. Jesus Christ, bro, that's wild.
So recently made this video talking about Mizkif and him showing us just how much he dislikes the new nickname he's been given.
Let's get into the nickname. So this part was very interesting, and it reminded me of the Afro Man case, which we
I heard about his case, bro. I want to react to his case as well. That'll be an upcoming video. I don't know if the next one, but it will definitely be coming soon.
Came through with Officer Lemon Pound Cake. A content creator, a person putting out their parody, is not responsible indefinitely and unlimitedly for the actions of their fans, right? They're not responsible for everyone who decides to send a pound cake in. That's not something that they can control, or that's not something they're out there directing people to do. So in this, when Mizkif argues it is the reality of the internet age, which Emeru well knows, that information does not wait 30 minutes to hear the context before it spreads. Emeru's claim that no reasonable viewer of the live stream would have understood her allegations to refer to literal essay are belied, which means undermined, by the thousands upon thousands of viewers who clearly did. Since Emeru's allegations, Mizkif has routinely been called a R word. We're going to use that on YouTube.
Yeah, we
got
both
in real life and on the internet, where some commentators have gone so far as to call him Arkif. We're gonna call him Arkif. That's the
Arkif, the Temu version of R. Kelly
name that was given by commenters. Now, my point here is defamation. Looking at Emeru, did she ever use that term? No, she did not. She did not use that term. She didn't direct her followers to use that term. So we're looking back once again.
He has nothing to stand on. It's just bullshit for the sake of filling papers. Because I mean, Emmer never said it and never encouraged anybody to go and say it. So his case against Emerald for this point in particular means nothing. It's just bluffing, you know what I mean? Just wasting time. If he would have went after someone who actually called him that and encouraged his fans to call him that, then he will have some grounds. That's what my understanding is. But because Emerald never actually said that, he's just wasting time. Okay.
Compared to Afro Man, you can't control what people are going to do or going to say.
Right.
And obviously, your detractors, people that don't like you, are going to come up with the worst formulations, which you do not have liability for. Those words didn't come out of Emiru's mouth or Asmongold's mouth, certainly not OTK or Mythic. So trying to project that on is a stretch.
I'm glad he covers this because for whatever reason, there's a lot of unhinged individuals that think that a single person, in this situation, the influencer, could control their fan base. How do you control 30,000 people? How do you control 100,000 people? It's legitimately impossible to do so. I don't know what the origins are of the new Mizkif nickname. Once again, if Mizkif is cool with giving other people nicknames,
then you should be cool with receiving it back. Otherwise, you should stop doing it. Like, you should stop calling other people fucked up shit if you don't want to be called fucked up shit.
He complained about his own nickname. He loves to dish it out, but he can't take it. Now that I'm remembering things as I'm watching the lawyer talk, in case you guys don't know, Mizkif was accused of covering up SA a few years ago.
Wait, what? Mizkif has been suspended from OTK board for Mizkif was suspended from OTK as a whole back in September 22 after accusations that he helped cover up allegations committed by his former friend, I will guess. In 2022, streamer Mizkif was involved in a controversy regarding a SA allegations against another streamer, Crazy Slick. He was accused of attempting to downplay or cover up the incident, leading to a temporary suspension from his org, One True King or OTK, and an investigation. While an independent investigation found he did not directly participate in the abuse, it deemed his actions in addressing it as improper, resulting in his removal from the board. Oh my god, I remember the Crazy Snake situation now. Jesus Christ, I forgot about that, and I forgot Mizkif was actually involved in it. Oh, see what I mean? The shit is just stacking, bro. Like, it's not looking good for him. Yikes.
And I believe that's where I first started hearing the very unique nickname for Mizkif. And
I don't recall that. I think this is a new term. At least I don't recall hearing it back in the day.
Mizkif's defense, those plushies obviously had concrete in them. Oh yeah, definitely. Mizkif could have died from the plushie attack that Emiru sent his way. See, this is what I'm talking about. Isn't Mizkif also accused Tectone of ARPing? So now the man-child is upset when someone else gets accused? He already had the nickname before this from the cover-up he did for a friend.
You're right. I don't remember him being called this before, but sure.
Take the L, Mizkif.
Assuming that Emiru ever truly thought that no one would believe she was accusing Mizkif of an actual SA, her total inaction to correct the record after it was plain that it was the message received is inexplicable. Her refusal to issue a properly demanded retraction under Chapter 73 of the Texas Civil Code makes it clear that Emiru's intention was to portray him as a R word. She cannot.
No, that is so far-fetched, but okay.
Now, having accomplished that end, tarnishing his reputation and taking him from the career he spent more than a decade building, claiming she never intended it to be taken seriously.
Well, I mean, listen, Mizkif, for number one, nobody can tarnish something you don't have. Especially when you make sure to ruin your own reputation. Nobody can ruin the reputation that you don't have. You already ruined it yourself, so you did that job for others. You know, you should thank yourself, pat yourself on the back or some shit. I don't know. Number two, she never outright called you, an RPer. You know what I mean? A role player, if you wish. I don't know. I can't say it like that, right? So, no, bro. You got no grounds. No matter how you're trying to spin it. Well, she used that when she talked about me, and then she didn't, that already got debunked last time. That's like personal interpretation, right? That's how she's seen the situation. Whether that was your intention or not, it doesn't matter. That's how she saw the situation, and that's how it's gonna be. There's literally a law that we discussed about last time. So that's still not gonna fly by. Like, I mean, it's not gonna work for him. He already got pissed on, when he tries to use that. Well, I mean, she said it was SA, but it wasn't really SA, and then it's like, well, yeah, but that's her interpretation of it. I mean, you put your hand down her trousers without her, sorry, telling you to do that or to give you consent to do that. So she will interpret that as SA, and that's fair. And now he's trying to bring that back and try again with the same tactic, but now because others are calling him, R. Kelly, basically, right? So yeah, it's not gonna work for him. He's got nothing to stand on, and his lawyer is very desperate to try to spin the narrative in some sort of way, but none of the narratives are working for him whatsoever.
So this is a stretch, and this is one that I think,
and that's an understatement. Calling it a stretch, it's a very big understatement.
It's going to have a lot of difficulty arguing at any stage of the trial, whether that's at this stage or summary judgment or trial itself, is trying to say, hey, no, she had to issue a retraction for what fans said. I don't think that's appropriate at any point. Now, they could argue, and this chapter specifically says you have 90 days to issue a retraction after a potentially defamatory or libelous statement. So yeah, maybe she could have entered a retraction about SA and said, yeah, no, I said SA, I didn't mean SA, I meant something else, right? That is a plausible argument. But trying to say that the nickname is something that she needs to apologize for, that is too far, and that's something that I think is not going to work out at trial or somewhere else. So while he may have a point about his argument about emotional truth, I think the nickname is a thing that comes from the fans, that comes from people that you cannot necessarily control.
I'm no lawyer, right? I'm not legal mindset. I'm just a silly, dumb YouTuber. But Mizkif's career was cooked 3 to 4, 5 years ago.
I mean, he already pissed on his own career, so nobody has to piss on it anymore.
I don't think it's fair to say that Emeru destroyed his whole career. Mizkif is on here acting like he had a perfect record. No one hated on him. He had no controversies until this. And this is what sunk his career. This is what destroyed his livelihood. This is what destroyed everything he built. Blaming Emeru for your downfall is just looking for an easy way out of this. Just be like, okay, she did it. She's the reason why my career fell apart and no one wanted to talk to me. This is nothing but a waste of resources and time. This guy loves to play.
Bro, that picture is wild, bro. We're gonna need some context behind this picture, bro. No, I mean, listen, I already said it, right? You can't destroy something you never had, bro. You destroyed it yourself when you had a little bit of it, and so yeah. Yeah, nobody can destroy any more than you did.
The victim on Twitter. A lot of you are asking, and yes, I am suing her, of course, talking about Emeru, but that doesn't fix everything. I've lost my close friends that I've had for 10 years because of this, and viewers and creators I've been around now see me as a...
Well, after you called everybody an R word, now they see you as an R word because of your actions that you actually did? Yeah, that checks out, bro. I mean, that's, that would happen. That's pretty normal, yeah.
A lawsuit won't fix it, sadly, but I appreciate you all. I think the question here...
Who the fuck are they even talking to? Imaginary friends?
Here is, do I feel bad for Mizkif? No. I think he's getting exactly what he deserves. He loves throwing that other nickname around. He does this shit to other people, but when people do it to him, that's way too far for Mizkif. But it's only cool when he does it, but when you do it to him, that's no bueno. That hurts his feelings.
In the judgment, assuming Emeru's lawyer did review her notes, I think they failed. I think they made a big mistake not to remove that important essay language and really prevent us from being here in the first place and getting to this stage of the trial. Right. However, Mizkif seems to be raising enough points to arguably proceed past the motion to dismiss level. So arguably, the judge may be able to find that and may be able to actually push this on further in trial. However, I think Mizkif is very unlikely to prevail at later stages, trying to argue and complain about his internet nickname nickname and say this is something that Asmongold or Emaru or anyone else should really know about. You can't control what your fans are going to say. And on the internet, people are going to come out with bad nicknames for you. They're going to come out with bad nicknames for you, regardless of what people say about you based on situations. And that's just something that people on the internet have to accept.
I'm just thinking to myself, right? Is Mizkif going to sue everyone that calls him that? So is he going to sue the random Twitter user that has 2 followers? What is Mizkif trying to do? It truly does feel like someone that's just throwing shit at the wall, hoping something might stick.
That's the thing, right? That's exactly what he's doing. Like, his case is pointless. Like, he's not going to win. So now he's using anything that he can find as a way to give his case some validity. You know what I mean? But everybody already knows that he's going to lose the case because it's a bullshit case, right? Like, you know, Emery is right and he's wrong. So now, at least from his behavior, this is what he implies, right? He implies that he's aware that his case is jack shit. He's not gonna win this case. So now he's doing whatever the fuck he can just to try and win this case, or at least get some points. I like, yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, hold on 1 second. Right.
To save his dying career. I can't say that I feel bad for him. I don't. I think he's getting exactly what he fucking deserves. I have 100%. No empathy for Mr. Kif, but I'm not going to fall into the same game or trap that he wants other people to fall into, which is calling him a... Am I gonna go to jail for calling him Mizkif? Demon Time can't stop losing. Yeah, what happened to Demon Time?
Yeah. He said it was gonna go nuclear, bro. It's gonna be Demon Time. And now he's just like... He's just taking L after L after L, bro. And everybody's laughing at him, not with him.
6 months. And in those 6 months, nothing has happened but Mizkif crying and bitching and moaning about the mess that he got himself into. So much for Demon Time. But anyways, with that said, I am out. Subscribe to the channel or I will cry like Mizkif. And you don't want to see that.
No,
Jesus Christ, bro. That picture is way too good. I mean, listen. Obviously, we don't know. Like I've said before, right? We don't know what's going to happen in the end, right? Like, we can predict the outcome of the trial, but that doesn't mean that we will be right about the trial, right? Anything can happen at a trial, right? Even if you're right, you might still get fucked over. So, until the trial is over, we don't know for sure, right? However, Mizkif is just taking L after L, and he's doing everything he can. Like I say, he's just doing anything he can to try and give his case any credit, like any reason to actually sue, because he's got, he really has nothing to sue. And Legal Mindset has proven to us that he basically, there isn't really anything to actually sue for. Like, his grounds are just like, yeah, this random bullshit and this random bullshit that don't make sense just cause, But hey, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. If the trial is streamed, I will be reacting to it on my stream. I will be live reacting to the OTK trial if it actually happens on stream. I swear. I'll be fucking legendary. But with that being said, I have been Antidota. Obviously, the first link, right? The link to the original video. Go follow him. Subscribe to him. Drop him a like, drop him a comment. If you're new to my channel, drop a like, drop a comment. Please let me know what you guys think about this. I'm really curious. But yeah, as always, playlist here with all the shit that we've been reacting to so far. And the last video on the Mizkif drama, if you guys are curious in seeing and catching up to date with all of the drama, right? But yeah. I feel like you guys will enjoy this video, but yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Peace.